Back in September, the Elks won a thriller in their last game against the Voyagers. Can Vancouver even the score? Find out next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to British Columbia and the gleaming jewel that is Vancouver, Canada. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one on tap between the Salt Lake City Elks taking on the Voyagers of Vancouver. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis joining you from the booth. And, Charles, we take a peek at this Vancouver team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of them.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 11 yards there. First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. But you look at this defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
So here's a 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Here's a give up the middle, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They did get a couple up to the 49. When you look at this defense, this unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Elks have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Point after try forthcoming. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Number 88. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 34-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And this one's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Out of the gun now on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive lineman creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll decide to keep this once more. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one.
Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a 2nd option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From 3 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent.
Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, here's the option. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Excellent job on the keeper, 20 yards and a first down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And a powerful stiff arm, it frees him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 85 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A gain there of 21 yards.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your toughness. That explains your toughness right there. Because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 103 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll run on the ball. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Voyagers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And shoves him off at the 20. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
He'll take this to the 46.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
A gain of 14. First down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 7.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. And touchdown. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Elks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson.